Hello, my name is Adam Smith-Connor from New Forest Physiotherapy Clinic. I'm going to speak today about anterior cruciate ligament. Now, the anterior cruciate ligament is an important ligament within the knee joint. It goes from the front of the tibial plateau and attaches in the intertrochanteric notch at the rear of the femur here. And what it does, it prevents the anterior glide, the anterior movement of the tibia on the femur. So it prevents it sliding forwards. So this part of the tibia sliding too far that way. However, it can be ruptured, and it's commonly ruptured in a sports injury. So a classic would be something like a rugby tackle or a footballing injury where the leg is either hyperextended and the pressure on that ligament is so great that it snaps. Perhaps a twisting injury in football, perhaps your foot's been stuck in the ground with the studs and then you twist on it and maybe someone tackles you, that can lead to a rupture of this tendon. Now, if it's completely ruptured, you've got two options. You can either leave it and just do exercises to build up the surrounding support structures, such as your muscles and the ligaments around it. And for a lot of people, that may be sufficient. If you don't have ambitions to go back to high-level sport or football, that kind of thing, then for a lot of people, they will get away with that and it won't be a problem. However, some people may require to have surgery. And what they will do with that is they will take a graft tendon and put that in. They literally drill a hole in the tibia, feed the tendon, the graft tendon through that hole into the knee joint, and then with a screw they'll attach it at the bottom, attach it at the back here at the intercondylar notch, and literally replace it with a tendon. Now, the graft tendon, usually it's a hamstring. Sometimes they take a strip out of the patella tendon here, or they'll take one of the hamstring tendons at the back here, pull that out, and then feed it into the actual knee joint itself to replicate the action of the anterior cruciate. And the surgeon will always check afterwards to make sure he hasn't tightened it up too much, otherwise you'll lose range of movement, but also that it's tight enough so that it's actually doing the job. Now, the remarkable thing about the replacement ACL, once it's bedded in, once it's been revascularized, so what I mean by that is the blood vessels have to grow into that and supply it. Once it does that, your replacement tendon can actually be even stronger than the original ACL, which is obviously great. That's what you want. The rehab afterwards is very important, that we do a lot of proprioception exercises. Proprioception is basically balance, a fancy word for balance exercises. What proprioception is your sense of space, your sense of your body position in space. So we'll get you doing things like standing on one leg, throwing and catching a ball, that kind of thing. In the later stages, we might get you hopping on one leg, crossover hopping, so you're getting lateral movement, forwards and backwards movements. We also need, as part of the rehab, strengthening your thigh muscles, doing things like squats and sit to stand and step ups, that kind of thing. In the initial phase, for the first 12 weeks, we're not going to do any high impact things. So we're not going to get you running, we're not going to get you jumping, we're not going to get you twisting. And the reason for that is we need that replacement ligament to revascularize itself, get the blood flow into it. If we get you running and jumping and doing things too quickly, it can stretch the ACL, and your surgeon won't be pleased with us as physios if you've got a stretched, weak, floppy ACL, because that defeats the object of the exercise. But after 12 weeks, once the vascularization process has occurred, we will be getting you running, jumping, that kind of thing. And presumably, because you've had this surgery, you probably want to get back to football or rugby or some kind of sport that probably involves contact, maybe skiing, that kind of thing. So we'll rehab you, depending on the sport, back to your particular needs, whatever that might be. So, and the other important thing to say, all that rehab we do post-op is exactly the same as what we would do with somebody who perhaps hasn't had the procedure. Perhaps you're thinking, I can rehab I don't want to have the operation. I don't think I need it. I think I can get away without replacing the ACL. We do the exact same rehab. We get you strengthening it. We get you doing balance work, all of those things. Balance is really important with an ACL because the ACL ligament gives a lot of what we call biofeedback. It feeds information back to your brain on your sense of balance and position. So without it, you're losing a lot of that biofeedback from that ACL. So we have to rehab you so you get that from other structures and also from the replaced one. Anyway, if you think we can help you with an ACL reconstruction or any other knee injuries, then please do give us a call. The number is 023 8008 9120. I'm based in Marchwood in the New Forest, Hampshire, near Southampton, and we'd love to see you, and I'm sure we can help you with your knee injury. Thank you for listening.